Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to demonstrate how to do pelvic clocks. Pelvic clocks are really great exercises to help release the pelvis and encourage movement in your pelvis without moving other neighboring areas. So many people have difficulty just isolating movement in their pelvis, and they tend to move in their lower back or even into their legs. It's really important to be able to isolate movement into your pelvis because that's going to help relieve muscle tension in your back, your glutes, and in your hips. This is a great exercise to help prepare for your birth, relieve any aches and pains in your SI joint or your lower back, or just improve overall mobility and decrease your stiffness. So you're just going to grab 2 orange Franklin balls and you are going to lay on your back with both of your knees bent. You're going to place the 2 Franklin balls underneath your pelvis, and you want it in your mid glute. You don't want it to be too low, otherwise you'll be tucking, and you don't want it to be too high, otherwise you'll be arching. So you want it right in your mid glute area, almost like right where your SI joint is, a little bit below that. Now you can have a yoga block between your knees to help stimulate more of a connection to your core and your pelvic floor. But we're just going to start with some pelvic tilts going into 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock. So I'm just going to place my hands on my ribs. And we really want this movement really only coming from the pelvis. Now, a lot of people, when they do this, they tend to really arch their back. Now, this is not correct because you're not learning how to move your pelvis separately from your lumbar spine. So you really want to think about just moving from your pelvis. This is why I have my hands on my ribs, so that I'm just isolating that movement in my pelvis. Now the next exercise we're going to do is from 3 to 9 o'clock. So we're just going to drop our pelvis down, left and right. And again, you want to make sure that you aren't moving your ribs. You want all the movement from your pelvis. And again, you might feel like a nice stretch or some tension release in your lower back. That's also really nice. Just do it, several times. Just think about really dropping that femur back into your glutes and then your left femur back into the glutes. So it's a side-to-side motion. And the next one we're going to do is side to side. So you're simply going to drop your hips side to side. So drop, drop, drop. And again, you don't want to, when people do this, they tend to sway side to side. Again, it's just a simple motion in the up and down plane of motion. And I like to have my hands on my ribs so that I'm not moving my rib cage. Again, it's all movement from the pelvis. As I'm dropping my pelvis, I'm thinking about lengthening my lower back, lengthening my lower back. So it's creating space in those lower back muscles. All right, so those are the pelvic clock exercises. Again, it might feel almost like a glute massage in the back. Feels really, really good. So give that exercise a try. Feel free to do about 15 to 20 reps per exercise. So we had the 12 to 6, the 3 to 9, and then the side to side or the up and down. And tell me what you think in the comments.